Joseph Smith's life was an example of unselfish sacrifice for the gospel of Jesus Christ. Though the prophet suffered greatly, he remained optimistic and overcame many persecutions. Parley P. Pratt tells of a heart-rending experience of being with the prophet in jail in Liberty, Missouri in the winter of 1838-39. Those 6 months of suffering and confinement tutored this foreordained preeminent prophet. In the jail, the prophet and his brethren listened to the boasting and despicable abuses the guards committed amongst the Mormons. Finally, the prophet could abide their sordid cursing no longer. Suddenly he stood, and in a voice of thunder said, "Silence, ye fiends of the infernal pit. In the name of Jesus Christ, I command you to be still." He stood erect in terrible majesty, chained, without a weapon, unruffled and dignified as an angel. The quaking guards shrank into a corner, dropped their weapons, and begged his pardon, and then remained quiet through the change of guards. Brother Pratt writes further, "I've seen the ministers of justice clothed in magisterial robes. I have witnessed the Congress in a solemn session. I've tried to conceive of kings, of royal courts, of thrones and crowns, but dignity and majesty I have seen but once, as it stood in chains at midnight in a dungeon in an obscure village of Missouri." Some weeks later, after that event, in another dark hour, Joseph implored the Lord for guidance. The Lord answered, "My son, peace be unto thy soul. Thine adversity and thine affliction shall be but a small moment." And then the Lord said these intriguing words to the prophet, "The ends of the earth shall inquire after thy name." 5 years later, looking back on the incomplete construction of the Nauvoo Temple, Joseph knew his journey's end was near, and that he was going like a lamb to the slaughter. Yet he was calm as a summer's morning. With assurances for his protection, he submitted to one more arrest. However, his trust was dishonored, and on June 27, 1844, he and his brother Hiram were savagely murdered in Carthage jail. The ends of the earth have inquired after the name of Joseph Smith, and today the sun never sets on the worldwide membership of the restored Church of Jesus Christ.